Pacquiao is busy in the Philippines doing what he do as a congressman. Pac-Man is about to be the president. And if I'm in the Philippines, I definitely vote for him. I mean, that's some pimping-ish, because imagine talking to a president that kick ass for a living. Man, that's going to be dope if he's able to pull it off. Last but not least, Errol Spence talked about not being focused and letting the outside life of fame distract him, which pretty much happened to AB during the Bryan interview. And Errol Spence pretty much said, hey, listen, man, I didn't call Adrien Broner off. I always call him to advise him, because he always go through a lot, and I'm always there for him, as a real friend should be, as a real brother should be. He gave a very wise answer. He said, listen, I'm grown to make my own decisions, so I'm not going to blame my action and my downfalls on somebody else, because at the end of the day, or at least the night, is up to me to make my decision. Yes, there's a quote, you are who you hang with. And Akhi still here, who he came with. All my Akhis that's still tuning in, I appreciate y'all on the live. However, Errol Spence feel like if you have the right sign of character, if you have strong belief and strong self-control, you're not going to be persuaded by somebody else. You're going to persuade the other person to do better. That's how Errol Spence feels. However, he was falling to the wrong track, but he's taking blame. He's on some Akon-ish. Blame it on me. He ain't going to blame the next person. So he said, I ain't going to cut off AB. For Gervonta and AB situation, I don't think they cut each other off either. I just think Gervonta distanced himself from AB because of what AB been saying lately in the media, because they associate them two, right? So the reason why he kind of distanced himself, in my humble opinion, this is not a fact, this is just my opinion on the matter, because AB said he cut him off. I just think Gervonta feel like, hey, listen, man, you saying a lot of crazy talk, especially with, the 10 million from Showtime or Al Heyman. They need you. You don't need them. This and that. I got to distance myself from you because that's my manager and that's my network. And, I haven't been making the best decisions of late. That's how probably Gervonta Tank Davis took it. And probably the advices he's been telling him about Mayweather, he felt like, hey, I shouldn't be ego-driven. Errol Spence, on the other hand, he have a different mindset. Errol Spence is more mature. Errol Spence just have different energy when it comes to the whole situation. Errol Spence was one of the main guys and the main characters that was calming down the situation between Charlo and Gervonta AB. I definitely respect that a whole bunch. That only earned so much more respect points from me to Errol Spence, because instead of, at the time siding with the Charlos because he was cool with the Charlos, he tried to calm the situation down, and he was cool with everybody. Errol Spence, the only cat you see hanging out with Charlo, hanging out with Gervonta, hanging out with this cat, hanging out with AB, hanging out with whoever. He's cool with everybody. He's a peacemaker. So I respect that so much, and I definitely agree with Errol Spence. Be there for your brothers. Just have self-control, especially, like I said, I told you on more than one occasion, I'm the type of person, I'm speaking personally, Akhi, when I go to a party, if I see some food and I'm on a diet, and the food is greasy or not, it's free, I'm definitely eating the food as long as halal, right? Now, some other people have better self-control where they're actually going to maintain their diet. So if you are who you hang with, but if you have great self-control, like Floyd Mayweather, for example, that's not going to harm you. So Errol Spence, it was definitely a wake-up call. The miracle was, now he going to learn a thing or two on listening to his family, listen to his mom. They giving him advice because they care about him, not wanting anything else from him. They want his best interest, and I believe Errol Spence have AB and Gervonta best interest. So shout out to Errol Spence, shout out to my Akhis and all my Akhis in the chat. So I might pick up one call, but before I do so, let me take y'all out. Then Split Decision episode 39 is over with. Subscribe below if you're trying to get smarter by the minute. If you're trying to get dumb about a second, don't listen to these decaps, aka dumb casual ass fans / old media that don't know ish about boxing. Like I said, all these decaps wizards, and all these emotional fans, what matters is what counts, and what Akhi says is the truth. So that's what counts and matters at the end of the day, or at least the night. So when the truth is spoken, the other side is nothing but a lie. Split decision. There's two sides to every story. When there's a fight coming up, of course, you might feel like this fighter could win. I might feel like another fighter going to win, right? Everybody entitled to their own opinion. But when the facts are laid out on a certain matter, like a fighter cheated, for example, such as Jimenez, and the WBC don't want to suspend her, that's an issue. Because this is no longer opinion versus opinion. This is facts versus opinion. Facts trump any opinion. So like I said, come correct when you see Akhi, because Akhi will fact check you, because I got my facts in my pocket. Like I said, this strap right here is realer than a whole lot of fighters with French fries titles. So with that being said, subscribe below, click on the notification bell, and I appreciate all my Akhis. You already know, 473, 74 KOs. I can't even keep up. Keep me up with my record, because you already know I'm bodying decafs. KO, I know it's split decision, but I'm straight up knocking these decafs out. And
they call me the problem, but you could call me the can man.
I still want all the smoke.
Africans,
and I still
Americans,
can't get none.
Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can.
You don't know shit.
Y'all just don't. Like, y'all really don't.
You better not duck me, son.
Ducking.
You better not duck me, son.
All these decafs. To tell me why you haven't been calling in. How did I do all these decafs? Let the public know.
Hey, you've been knocking them out, Akhi, but you didn't knock me out.
Come on. Oh, so you an exception? Come on, T-Tone. You
yeah,
been a
man.
No-show.
Hey,
You've been a no-show.
I'm not lying.
Yeah, I mean, you capping. If I'm being politically correct, I don't want to call you a liar, but if you say you the truth, you got to speak some facts. That's all I'm saying. But T-Tone, you know we miss you out here. Why you haven't called in? Why you been a no-show? That's what we want to know.
The other times I seen you, you know there was nothing to argue about.
Man, and, really? So you ain't been disagreeing with anything I've been saying?
Hey, about Canelo, yeah, and about Chavez,
hell
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
With you.
That's what I'm saying.